Recording. All right, guys, welcome. We're going to be going over how to prepare ourselves for the spring and winter season, and a couple of things that we kind of talked about before, but we're going to touch some different angles of that too. And we would really like you guys' opinion in the process as well. So if you want to interact, please write down your questions or your comments, and raise your hand if you want to speak. Do not just jump in and start saying stuff. We don't want a chaos. We want to make sure it's a smooth session. Optimizing soccer player performance, daily routines, workouts, nutrition, and seasonal goal setting. So these are very important things, and we're gonna start going to the next screen. So first of all, we're gonna be working on the daily routines of soccer players. Then we're gonna work on effective workouts for soccer players, nutrition strategies for peak performances, and goal setting for winter and spring. All right, so let's go to the next one now. Daily routines of players. All right, so proper nutrition always is the most important thing. Starting the day with balanced nutrition provides energy and aids performance during the training. If you guys want to call yourself athlete, you need to stay away from fast food, especially within the season. We need to make sure we start taking care of our bodies better. And we're going to be kind of talking about what that includes. And we're going to actually look at Lionel Messi, the GOAT's daily routine, daily eating habits one more time. And we're actually going to get some information from his nutrition list that he uses and what he does for his body and his nutrition. Mental preparation, of course, is mental focus and visualization of the players. And this could be so many different things, like visualizing the future, visualizing the game that you guys going to be playing and where you see yourself. And once you start visualizing those things, it's much easier to achieve those goals. And a lot of players before a big game, they start seeing themselves playing the game. And that kind of prepares you actually for the game. And in this case, preparing yourself for the winter and spring league, you need to start seeing what you want to do better, how you want to perform. You start visualizing it. Sometimes people, even like when they play FIFA and stuff, they want to just play one player, and that's sometimes a good training for you mentally. You just play one player instead of the whole team, and then you open up and you help the team and you do your position and you start seeing some things a little bit different. If you're already playing video games, at least do it that way. But otherwise, of course, you need to start watching more games, and we're going to go into that anyway. And light physical activity, engaging light physical exercises to warm up the body and boost circulation before intense trainings is very, very critical. So your warm-ups need to be active warm-ups. That's why we came up with that 3-cone line. And whatever feels tight after that, you should be doing something good. Like let's just say your thighs are tight, then stretch those separately. But don't just overstretch everything. Active stretching is now the way it goes. The modern science tells us. Training sessions and skill training. So technical drills. We teach you a lot of workouts, the way that you're supposed to pass the ball. Off season and on season, obviously you're gonna have some time. We don't have games right now after this weekend. For some of you guys, we were already done. So on the weekends, you should go to find some kind of wall, some field, maybe the closed basketball court, and you need to do a lot of wall training to improve your technical ability. Can you pass the ball on the ground? And is the ball going to come back to you on the ground as much as you can? A lot of players, even the top level players, do this kind of training on their own. You don't have to go out with somebody, but this is discipline, self-discipline to be able to do that yourself. Can you go ask your parents, hey, I'm going to go to the school, grab my soccer ball, grab a couple cones, and work out. Remember what Peter Kingston said last week, how much he worked on his own time, alone. So that's the sacrifice, that's the commitment you need to do for yourself. Work on your touches, work on your skills, and work on things. Put a couple cones and do moves on them. and repeat it and do repetition on it. And tactical exercises obviously to develop teamwork and strategy understanding to better of the game execution. So this is where you guys are very behind because you don't watch enough soccer. And I'm gonna ask you a question right here. I asked it here. Do you know who Dembele is? Anyone? Dembele.
Yes.
Okay, tell me who that is.
He he's a soccer player who plays for PSG.
Very good. Very good. And also won the Ballon d'Or, right? The
Yeah,
best
recently.
player award last year. So that's good. See, now I see that you're watching. If there's a coach in here, I want to ask a question to a coach. If you can unmute yourself, how many of the players you think knows professional soccer players? How many in your team you think? How many players in your team knows Dembele or Mbappe or Zidane? Like how many players in your team's averaging?
On the 2012s, a lot of our players talk about um, those type of players. So most of my team watches soccer, and they know those players. This is
That's
a win,
that's,
by the way.
that's very important. Like they need to definitely. Is there any other coach that wants to say something?
As John, I feel like a lot of kids these days just watch a lot of highlights.
Yeah.
They don't actually watch the soccer.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to really improve yourself as a player, you do need to look up to somebody, right? I mean, as a player, I looked up to so many different players, and I tried to do their moves. I tried to do the way that they take the shot, how they control the ball, how they open up their body. And I don't know if without looking up to those players, I don't know how you can actually be motivated enough to improve yourself for the next level. That's my opinion. And it's not an opinion that is alone. There is millions of coaches in the world that shares that.
I
And you go ahead.
sorry, Dai, this is Omar.
Hey, Omar.
I told the boys of the O9s, I told them that when we had games away and we had trips, when we were on the bus, our coach used to put us videos of like Pele and stuff like that, so we were like ready for the game. And a lot of
Yeah.
us like try to copy their moves and stuff like that, and they do work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I just cannot visualize myself being the player I became without those, players I was trying to copy until I become myself, right? I mean, because you got to look up to the best to be able to be the best. But the problem we are facing with the tactical exercises, tactical knowledge, is our players do not watch enough soccer. They do not like. I'll be honest with you. If the parents are listening to this, each kid should watch a full game every week. A full game every week, and they should watch the position they play to get better at that position. And unfortunately, that's not happening, and that's just really pulling us, behind. And there are a lot of things that when I train each team in our club, there are a lot of simple things that players don't know because they don't watch any soccer, and they would know some of those decisions, simple decisions, they would know better by just watching enough soccer or understanding the game to a tactical level, and that's a problem. And I think each coach, each parent, they need to require each player to watch a game. Maybe we should assign a game. Hey, this week I want you guys to watch this game, or send a YouTube video of a game and let's start watching them, analyze the game. And we have the fun conversation right now, real quick. Who is the best team in the world for you guys? Write it down. I love that. Noah says, I always watch Doku. See, this is Noah. That's it. If you look up to him, you can start learning like him, and until you become that amazing player, and then you're going to be just you. Connor, Barcelona, well done. John, Real Madrid. Hey John, I my money was on Real Madrid to actually Bayern or Real Madrid to win the Champions League this year. Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, I like that. Real Madrid, Arsenal. Arsenal Hopefully, he's gonna win the league for the first time in a long time. But they don't usually. They play good soccer. Let's just say that. Juve, look at that. Juve fan. I like that. Prime Barcelona. I like that, Nolavi. I like that. Good. Real Madrid, I see Arsenal. Arsenal will win it. Okay, I hope so, man. Yeah, how many times I had my Arsenal friends said that to me in the last 30 years? But this year is the closest, I think. So hopefully. Liverpool, Galatasaray, that's right. Yusuf, my man. All right. All right. I like those guys. That's good. This is a fun part of the session. I like that your answers. Thank you for that. Physical conditioning, this is something our players do not understand, do not do. You heard again, Peter, and we talked to in the past couple other professionals. I interviewed in a Zoom session a former Beşiktaş player, which is played in Champions League. He played in the same league team with Mario Gomez, a German national team player, and the famous Quaresma. Quaresma actually had probably better skill than Ronaldo or Messi. That was an amazing technical player. I'm not saying he's better than them. I'm saying technically, gifted wise, like skills. Quaresma, he was in the same team with him too. And we interviewed him. It was very similar things. They did a lot of individual stuff, not only technically, but physically too, to get ready and get stronger. So now, if you guys gonna get stronger working out, remember, if you get bigger upper body, you're gonna get slower. So you guys, if you go into gym, work on your legs more. As a soccer player, your legs need to be bigger than your upper body. If your upper body is bigger than your legs, you are going to be slow and you're not going to be you're going to be a very awkward soccer player. Unless you're a goalkeeper, it's a little bit different. But you need to make sure that you listen to that. I've seen it in the last 30 years and before as a player too. So I would not recommend it. Any questions until now, or coaches, anybody want to comment about this? Okay. Importance of recovery. Recovery is very big part of the game. So you guys need to be very upfront and honest with yourselves and with your parents. This, if it is a area that is really sore, and especially like hamstring area, calves, knees, we do need to take care of that, and you need to recover well. Icing is very good for any kind of injury. The heating is recommended by a lot of people too, but heating, I would recommend it before practices or before games for relaxing it, but heating definitely slows down the healing process in the long term. Icing is much better for you if you want to come back fully from the injury. Stretches, if it's a muscle injury, you need to straighten out that muscle. So I would recommend rollers and again icing. And if there's swelling there, ibuprofen or something like that will be good. And in professional soccer, they keep mustard for any kind of cramp. They give like mustard, the condiment, and you just suck the mustard in a like a little tube, and you just eat that, and somehow it really helps. Bananas, of course, is good for that, but you want to make sure that your recovery is critical. Now, when you are recovering. And sometimes, of course, some parents and players take advantage of this and they're like, oh, it's still hurting. So they're being lazy. They want to play PlayStation at home. They don't want to show up. Even during the recovery, you should show up to practices and watch the practice and help grab some cones, watch the training so you're not missing anything for the plan of that week. And you keep yourself and mentality in the game. I do not like players who are using any excuse to skip training, and I do not appreciate any parent who allows that kind of behavior. It's such a bad behavior to teach your kids. I'm hoping that we have less and less of that in Gala as we talk more and we call out people more. We hopefully gonna help everybody to be better soccer parents for that as well. Oh, there's still talks in there.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Coach,
see that. Go ahead, Dwayne.
there was one comment about going to the gym. It said, what if you don't have a gym? If you don't go to the gym and don't have gym equipment, so I'm guessing they want to know like what should they do? Like calisthenics, push-ups, sit-ups.
Yeah, calisthenics, push-ups, very, very good. And any kind of, if you all have walls in the house, there is a lot of wall workouts that is better than gym, honestly. Like put your arms towards the wall, doing push-ups towards it, and standing on it, put your back to it, and kind of sit down. There's so many good workouts, ab workouts, leg workouts, hamstring workouts. You can just search it in YouTube. Like I think you can probably search wall workouts. You can do just by having a wall or simple workouts without equipment. You can search that. I would highly recommend that. Actually, most of the time it's better. Like in the old times, they didn't have these equipment, guys. They were carrying maybe wood, heavy stuff in the house or around the farm, wherever they are, and they were doing a lot of stuff without equipment. So yeah, you can do the same. Stretching. These are things that you guys can easily do yourselves. We all have different muscles, and coaches, not all of us know every stretch. It's very easy, guys, to go to YouTube and search for the area that you are tight with and find different methods of stretching, and find the one that works out for you is highly recommended. Obviously, with our knowledge, we will share what we can with you, but I highly recommend it. It's that YouTube is a good device for you guys for sports. I will highly recommend to do that. Hydration, of course, is important. You guys should be drinking insane amount of water every day, and not soda, not sugary drinks. You need to be keeping yourself healthy, and your body is gonna be not drained all the time. If you drink like sodium, high sodium stuff, you are gonna be drinking that, and you're gonna need another one right away. And you are not necessarily keeping that as an energy. You're just getting rid of it and constantly recycling that. And we want to make sure that you drink enough water so your muscles are full of hydration, and it's not going to be easily pulled or injured. So it's really critical for injuries. I think hydration is very important for all of you guys. Rope jumping, I see that. Yes, planks are very good. Wall sit is very good. I see that you guys are doing great things. All right, guys, we need to stop talking about Arsenal. I just said that conversation is over. Take it serious now. Drinking protein smoothie is good. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that in a bit. So let's go with this. Nutrition and strategies for peak performance. So balanced meal planning is very important. You can see it in here too. Balanced meal include carbs, proteins, fats to supply energy, to aid muscle repair as well. So not only that it gives you energy, but if you have muscle tightness, injuries, soreness, these foods actually going to be helping you guys recover those injuries faster as well. So we want to make sure you read that already, but I want to get to this. So this is Messi's daily routine by Juliana Poser. His nutritionist gives it to him. So Messi's nutrition plan is 5 key food groups: water, olive oil, whole grains, fresh vegetables, and fresh fruit. So, and he emphasizes raw and minimally cooked foods. These are vegetables, fruits, seeds, nuts, to maintain high enzymes to activity and fiber. So these are very important for you guys to understand. These natural foods are feeding you and making you stronger, and your body is changing to a beast, completely a beast. And it's important that you guys understand that this fast food you guys eat is killing your body, it's slowing you down, it's making you slower, making you gassy, making you not clear-minded. and it's just like you are less of a person of your better version of yourself when you are eating these bad things, insane amount of candy, chips, all that stuff is really not allowing you to be the athlete and a smart student that you can be. It's preventing you. It's just getting in your way. It's a wall that you're building yourself in front of you towards your goals, and you shouldn't do that. And yes, we all want to have fun, but choose a day, cheat day, a week to do some of that stuff. But if you do it every day, your body is just not handling it well. And you can see in here too, he avoids strongly limits refined sugar, processed carbs, fried foods. He's getting rid of that. And heavy red meats, he doesn't do that. So his favorite dish, roasted chicken with root vegetables. So look at this. This is Messi. He achieved everything you can achieve. To many people, he's the best player ever lived. And look at the way he's still eating at his age, because he wants the healthy life. He wants to live long. He wants to have a clear mind. He can focus better. He's healthier. He can still run around. He can still deal with young guys and maybe be better than most of them too. And the only way that he can do that and stay as young as he can is having a healthy diet, and it's critical. And he drinks a lot of water and consumes Métis. It's you guys probably seen those. They put it in a copper cup. A lot of the South American players, pros, do that, and it's for energy and hydration. It's kind of like they drink it like a tea. There's a lot of spices on it, and some of my Venezuelan players brought it to practice. I tried it; it's really good, and I highly recommend that too. That's something that a lot of South American players do it, and now it's going to Europe too. It's very good. So of course, meal timing is important. Family meals, consistency. Family meals is sharing the moment, the food with somebody also relaxes you. You eating alone is not as good as sharing your stories and eating and talking to somebody. It really clears your mind and helps you get focused on things. So this is such a good thing for this player to find such a good routine for himself and keep himself on top as long as he can. So it's amazing. I really admire that about him. So let's see. Any concerns, any questions about that one? Messi's routine. Anybody has a comment about this? Coaches, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I try to limit like Jace with the and Cameron, my youngest son, with the fast food. I tell them that we need to eat more of the fruits and the vegetables, like the pro athletes, if that's where they want to be. So that's what I do, my boys.
Yeah. If I were you guys, I'm curious actually, how many people actually took a picture of this on their phone?
I did. Before you said something though.
Yep.
And I did it on the first time we saw Messi's diet routine a few months back.
This is so important to. This is what you should be looking up. Messi is the type of player you should be looking up. Yeah, it's hard to eat Mexican food for sure, Omar. But there is a lot of healthy Mexican food too. Mexican food is actually a high protein, and it's a good amount of veggies too. You need to just stay away from like heavy oils and heavy sauces. You could definitely need to be watching that. But like honestly, like a lot of the Mexican food is very good for you, very, very good for you. You just need to stay away from that extra oils. You know what I mean? Just tell your wife, or if you're cooking yourself, to not put so much oil and not put so much salsa and stuff like that. It's going to be a little bit less like fun and more boring, but it's going to be very good for you guys to eat. A lot of the dishes around the world too, same thing. You just need to make sure that you are cutting that extra stuff that you don't need. It makes it taste great, like extra salt, too much salt. It's not good for you. It's sodium. You know what sodium does to you guys? It makes you thirsty, and usually it makes you thirsty for the wrong things. Because you want to eat your stuff with Coke, you want to drink your stuff with, something sweet, and that's when your body is like dying. So think about this. If I'm an athlete, let's just say I was young, right? I made it professional when I was 14. So think about me eating McDonald's and heavy meal like fries, 2 Big Macs, and a Diet Coke or Coke, right? And I'd eat that. So my body now, the next day or that night, I go, my body is now spending energy to burn that stuff. And some of the stuff it doesn't recognize because it has chemicals. So you know what happens to your body? Your body is spending more energy doing that. Now you don't have as much energy to do the stuff you want to do. So you're feeling tired quickly. You feel like maybe a quick energy comes in because of the food, and then you're going to start getting tired because your body cannot produce enough energy for both. So when you do healthy foods, it becomes a fuel only. So it actually feeds that energy. It makes you better and better. So you become stronger, and your body start building differently. You start building muscles. You start building lean muscles, not just muscles. So that's when you get better and better. Some of you guys need to start taking it serious, please. All right. Yeah, if you know, for sure. But honestly, like I said, if you just eliminate that, it will be much easier for you. Just a cheating day, I think, is the answer to do. Pre-training, nutrition, consuming the right foods before training house. We kind of talked about that already, so I'm just gonna move on. Hydration is critical. Proper hydration is crucial for maintaining physical performance and aiding recovery after practices. So if your body is not hydrated, this is when you have cramps and your muscle pulls because your muscles and your ligaments doesn't have enough water on them. So it becomes dry and tight and everything becomes harder to do. So we want to make sure that you are hydrated and you are going to be able to be moving better and continue to hydrate when you feel like your hydration level going down as the game goes. Yeah, some supplements can help fill nutritional gaps, but honestly, stick to natural stuff. So, fitness improvement. So I will say this, and we kind of talked about this. Do a wall session for your technical stuff. Work out at home to get yourself stronger. Do short and long sprints. Make sure you stretch and warm up before you do that sprint still. And you need to start spending time on yourself. Say, how many of you guys actually can do this? I'm going to spend 2 hours a week just working on my own. 2 hours. Start with 1 hour if you want. That's fine. And then you're going to work on technical stuff. I think it's very easy to do an hour or 2 hours actually. So you do the technical stuff for an hour and maybe 30 minutes, do some conditioning and strengthening training, and then work out for muscles, maybe gym stuff or wall training that we were talking about. So that you actually have a goal to get stronger. And now we got guys who are not showing up by their parents bringing them McDonald's and then they're showing up with big bellies to practice versus they are coming to practice like looking like athletes. And this is a process. And there is kids that have different metabolism systems. Of course, it's not in their hand all the time to lose weight. So, and then some people cannot gain weight. But there is also stuff that we can do more to help that process as well, to help them gain weight or lose weight and get leaner. Some kids are not going to lose weight, but you can turn that into lean muscle, and it's an advantage. Skinny guy is going to be having a harder time to build muscle, but the guy who already have the fat is going to have a lot easier time to make that a muscle than the skinny guy. So it's vice versa. So your workout, the amount of workouts you do for yourself is going to decide how well you're going to be developing as an athlete for yourself. So we kind of talked about that, understanding tactically. We did talk about that. So set yourself goals though. Okay, until the spring's first game, I'm going to work out this many hours doing fitness, technique, and tactical understanding. So 2 hours of training, let's just say you're going to fit fitness and technique, and then you guys going to watch 2 hours of soccer every week. So start analyzing games and watch YouTube, maybe just watch highlights, but I would just highly recommend watching a full game over just highlights, because highlights only show the good things. You need to see the good and the bad to be able to learn. What we always say, you learn very little from winning, you learn the most from losing, and you need to be able to see those moments when a player loses the ball, makes mistakes. Those are the moments that you actually make the most improvement and most knowledge. It's a fun old picture of me. One of my players beside me is actually the new Sky indoor coach, James, and I was coaching the Aviators. I was their first professional indoor. I was their last, my bad. That was my first professional coaching job, and their last coach. I was their last coach because that Arlington Indoor does not exist anymore. And it's funny because Coach Raymond was the owner of that program, and I was the coach there. And I thought this would be a fun picture. This is a long time ago. Raymond, are you here?
Yeah, I made it home finally.
Yeah.
That does bring back memories. And
I thought this would be a fun picture. So Raymond was one of the owners of this Arlington Indoor, and they hired me to do that. That was my first semi-pro coaching job. It kind of started my semi-pro and pro coaching career. So I do appreciate that, Raymond. Thank you back then. And hopefully I came a long way since then as a coach too, as a director as well. But I was a lot louder then, guys. I can tell you that much. So let's go with the team objectives and milestones. Or effective teamwork, collaboration, drive success, help achieve shared goals. This is when you guys as a team in practices, before the practice or before the games, you guys gonna need to talk about stuff. You need to really bring up your goals for the teams too. I think this will help you guys collaborate more. Like, for example, if I'm the captain of the team, or I feel like I need to do more for my team, and next practice and before you guys start training, say something like, "Coach, I really want to be a team this spring season that we score the most goals in the league, or we're gonna not get scored on any goals anymore. Like we got scored on too many goals last season. I want more shutouts." Maybe they say goalie and say, "I don't want to allow too many shots on my goal, and I want to make more saves every game, and I need you guys' help." So you need to ask that kind of a behavior to be able to kind of let them know, hey, you care not just for your success, but you care about the team's success as well. And I think this is really important for you guys to get that kind of mentality. We're not there. This is one of the reasons in a youth soccer, I do not believe in players putting their names in the back of the jersey, because you play for the team. You learn to be a team member first. Number one, when you become a professional, you achieve the highest goal. That's when you should have your team, your soccer player name in the back. I do not appreciate those clubs who does that, giving them, and the kid just plays for himself. He does not learn team sports then. It's not about that. It's about him. And it's about the parents taking picture of their kid. Oh my God, it's my last name. Look at that. Cool. But what about the teamwork? What about the, playing for the team, playing for the logo? And that's one of the reasons that we don't allow that. So it's not because we don't want to put a name in the back of the jersey for fun. We don't have that because it's a fundamental and long-term goal for us to teach these kids that. And also, like number 9 in our club is retired. Why? Because one of my players who I thought so highly of passed away in a car accident. So we retired that number. And I still have parents, oh, but my son only wears number 9. Well, then go play for another club. Because this is an honorable thing we're doing, and you cannot see that. Maybe we don't want to have that kid in the club either. So the idea of this is making sure that you guys understand everything we are trying to do as a reason too. And to be able to work with us too, you need to share more and collaborate with us, with your coaches, to see how much you want to give to the program. Because if it's just about you and your parent thinking just about my kid, then you're not really getting the point of team sports. So can we do a better job of that? Executing well-planned strategies on the field leads to improved performances and results. So how do we get that? Zoom sessions. How many of you guys actually go back and watch these Zoom sessions? We've posted links. Ask us, ask the coaches, ask me. I'll send you more links because not everything is public. I can send you important ones. And we can go from there. But you guys need to watch these things because the coaches can only do so much in the field. But tactical sessions is critical. And most of the sessions are not like this. It's more technical. So use that. All right. Tracking progress and adapting plans. This is an important one as well. So how I say this, I think it's not showing there for some reason. So collecting data. For example, if any of your parents want to be involved with the practice once, come and count your kids' target goals. Like let's just say, how many times your kid lost the ball in practice? How many times he won at 50-50 tackles? How many passes did he complete? You cannot take data of everything. It will be too much work. But maybe track 3 things in practice or a friendly game, or maybe some of you guys playing indoor, track it there and keep the data and see give that to the coach. Say, coach, I took data of my kid and he completed, like, let's just say out of 30 passes he gave, he completed 11 of them and then he missed the rest of them. And well, then the coach knows, okay, so we need to work on his passing. And then they will be talking about that more often with that player. So that you just help the coach with data, and the data is given to the coach. Coach is going to have that in the mind, and he's going to be touching that subject within the training session. And then we're going to collect the data again in a couple of weeks, see if it's getting better, right? Percentage is getting better. This is the type of stuff you can do. You can record the session, you can collect the data yourself, or you can make him, like let's just say a parent comes, records a training session, and you can make him go back home and do a homework. Okay, collect the data. How many passes did you complete? How many passes you missed? How many passes the other team stole the ball, intercepted? And then they get to see their thing, and their mind is now working in a different way. They're actually collecting data, or they're like realizing they're not doing as well as they thought, or sometimes they're not doing as bad as they thought. Because the data changes everything. What we see in the field is not necessarily true. Our mind plays games to us, but when you collect data, it makes a huge difference in your game, and it makes you guys smarter. It makes you guys much better about recognizing and kind of like making better decisions with that, and rewiring your brain to do different things next time. So it's really important. I would like some coaches' opinion on these subjects for today. I thought this was an important session. Maybe I talked a little bit too fast, but because I don't want to keep you guys too long in here. But do you guys have any questions? Number one in the chat, write it down there. Coaches, do you have any comments about this information today? I don't know if you guys all listened to it. What was important to you? What part of it is the most important to you? And please share.
Hey, Omar here. I think everything's important here. I mean, there's nothing that is not going to be important. I think for every player, everything should be important. But I think the most part that we are lacking on is eating good and healthy and working on our own. I think that's the big issue that we are fighting against right now.
I
But
agree. I agree.
as I said, everything should be important for everybody if they want to really go to the next level.
Yeah, and when Peter Kingston worked with Omar's team this week, he was kind of surprised at the level that U17 and 2009 is a good team for us, and they are, like they should be in the top division, honestly, and they will be hopefully in the near future. But like he was surprised with some of the touches and stuff, and he's like, if you just work on your own time, you won't have a touch like that. And we say that to you guys, and I know that Omar said that to them many times. But does it have to come from so many different voices, or you guys gonna make a decision actually to spend time on the ball on your own? And we're not talking about you're gonna go meet with your friends in high school or middle school and kick the ball around with them. It does nothing for you. You kicking free kicks all day does very minimum to you. You need to work on your weaknesses. You need to work on your touches. Those are the fundamental things you need to be better at, and you're not. Generally, our players and unfortunately our parents are not dedicated enough to bring them minimum 2 practices. They should be training more than that. And you're skipping practices, giving every excuse you can to the kids, or the kids giving excuses of themselves. They should be training minimum twice, and then more than that on their own. That's the only way they're gonna get better. There is no other way to do this. You have never made a job that you just work 2 hours a week and then you became great at it. There is no job in the world that you can do that. You gotta just do as much as you can to be good at something. Like that's the common sense. But unfortunately, some people missing it out because it's not convenient for them. It's lazy. It's not next level thinking. Do we have to go to Bellevue to get this kind of mentality? No, we don't. We can get this kind of mentality by just changing our rewiring. If they are driven people there, we should be creating driven people here, parents and players. That's my opinion, at least. Any other coach as an opinion?
Yeah, hey Dodgy, Raymond here.
Aaron.
So nutrition and mentality is one of the biggest things that I do a lot of research on for helping kids and coaching. The one thing I just want to say about diets and nutrition is for everybody to do a lot of research on nutritional facts. Be careful with if you don't know if you're allergic to anything. So if you do change your diet and notice a change in your mood, your physical ability, be aware so that you can go see a doctor, and maybe you have an allergy that you're not aware of. And then for training purposes, the one thing I do a lot with high school students is plyometrics for soccer players. You mentioned going to YouTube. Great place, and just put in plyometrics, because it's basically jump training. So that's really good workouts.
I agree. No, it's great, and it's been going up in the world in the last 10 years, especially, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So until the next big thing comes, I think that's one of the biggest things. And active stretching, active workouts, and I know they just need to spend time on their own, though. That's the number one thing. Can they spend time without us, without a parent, to get better? Those are the guys who's gonna go next level. Unfortunately, they're just waiting for somebody to tell them, but it's all in their hands as well, even in a young age. And a lot of these guys we're talking about, they started this thing in a very, very young age. They're like, oh, I cannot kick a long ball. I'm going to be going out there. I'm going to start kicking it as far as I can. Those are the kids that played like they become Clint Dempsey's. You know, they become Landon Donovans in America, and then they became Modric. A little guy like that becoming one of the best midfielders in the world. There's a lot of workouts. There's a lot of individual training that he did on his own. Phil Foden is a little guy. I sent a video of him working out on the wall training. He hit the wall on a high volley and he kept volleying it as fast as he can. And he worked on that for hours to get his first touch amazing on air and on the ground. And if a player like that doing that, why doesn't our players have that drive? Because we are okay with mediocre. If you're playing soccer, do the best you can. If you're playing basketball, do the best you can. If you're playing football, do the best you can. So why is it okay to be mediocre? I can't understand that. But I guess some people can. I can't. My personal opinion. Any other coach? John, do you want to add? You I think played college level soccer too. What do you think about this stuff?
Yeah, for me, also the technical daily work I think is super important. So, I mean, it's one of those things that you kind of need a lot of time over a long period of time accumulated in order to get to where you want to go. So,
I
um,
agree.
yeah, not doing it, you're just not going to get there.
Like as a college athlete, if I may ask you too, so you like I just don't think that there is a college athlete, if you actually played at a high level, that you did not spend time alone with the ball or your nutrition or your physical conditioning. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think even more so these days than back when I was young,
Mhm.
because everyone trains better these days. You have to compete with everyone who's training hard
That's
now.
true too. Yep,
It's
I
just a very
agree.
different game. So if you're not doing the extra work, you're not going to get there.
I just remember waking up 5 in the morning to run before my parents wake up so I can be more fit and I can be better than the players who are trying out, who are in my position. I just wanted to build a body that nobody can beat, you know. And I worked so hard on that. And that's why I don't understand some of these kids. When they want to be good at something, they just think that the new generation too, it's going to be given to them. Oh, like I have kids. In the last meeting, we talked about this goal, setting up goals. And I asked, how many of you guys want to play professional soccer? And they were like all raising hands. And then I said, okay, so if you want to be Division 3 soccer player, you should be spending 15 hours a week training. And if you want to be a professional athlete, you should be spending about 30, 40 hours a week training, spending on the ball, spending training with a trainer, team training, and all that stuff. And I asked, how many of you guys would want to be professional? Not even one hand raised. So, so when the reality hits, like it's almost like they want things to be given to them, the new generation. But reality with parents, if you're listening, we need you guys to help us out. Explain skipping training is not going to get them there. Skipping anything is not going to get them there. You need to encourage them to go out and train. If you have a yard, let them train in the yard. Let them have less time on the screen and train it if they want to be good at this. Because the players who are going to do this, who are going to be better than your kid. Some of you guys are very comfortable because your kid is a top goal scorer, the best defender, best goalkeeper. But I can tell you, in my experience, the kids who continue to work surpass those guys. And by the time they're U17, those amazing players and U12, U13, they disappear if they do not take care of themselves, if they do not work hard. So it's their choice and it's the parents' choice at the end of the day. Yes, sometimes you do need to give it a little bit push to be able to get that done. Uh, you know what I think, guys, coaches? I hope the parents watch that video. All right, guys. Thank you again. I appreciate everybody coming in today. See you next time. I hope this was a good one for you all.
Thanks, Taji. See you.
Thank you, guys.